Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to the Culturalist podcast, Conversations with Pam Ross. This is Pam Ross, and I'm tremendously honored that you would take a few minutes out of your day and just listen to what we're talking about. Hopefully, you've already subscribed. Hopefully, you've already rated us. 5-star ratings only. I ain't too proud to beg, baby. Don't leave me. Please don't leave me, girl. Don't you go. So hopefully, 5. You've already rated. You've already commented. You've already shared. You've already told somebody in your life, hey, check out this podcast. They just have random conversations about what's going on in culture. And some of it's extremely interesting. Some of it's just 20 minutes of entertainment on your drive in traffic. Or if you're still quarantining, how long? How long, Lord, are we going to be quarantining?
Who's still quarantining?
A lot of people are quarantining. And I'll tell you what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, we're about to go.
You about to back it up. You about to back that thing right. Beep, beep, beep.
You're back in the house.
Beep. That's the sound of your city. Backing it. Beep, 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 beep. That's the sound of your city. Backing it up. They're going to back it all the way up.
Dang.
Put y'all back in the house again. Get in the house. You're not wearing your mask. You spit-kissing strangers. Anyway, my name is Pam Ross. Joining me, as usual, is my content curator. She just helps me find interesting things to talk about. Her name is Dion Cobb. What up, girl?
Hey.
What up, lady?
Hi.
Oh, lady.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Hey, we're ladies today because we're all in this like a peachy, pinky girl power thing today.
But I'm always laughing because
Why?
you're corporate.
I'm not. I'm in a moto jacket.
But that's still
If
more
you could
corporate
see
than I
me,
am.
what are you just? What are you in a little crop top, hips all out?
Pink head wrap.
Oh, you do have
fun.
a pink
Yeah.
and orange head wrap and
It's
pink
just the
and orange ear.
differences.
How
It's
many
funny.
earrings do you have?
I have tons. Ladies, this is for you and men if you choose.
No, man. Don't you choose, brother.
Well, hey, you know. You know.
Men can't wear no dangly earrings.
You know.
Get your hair, man.
The beauty supply. And for those of you who may not know what the beauty supply is, for our other listeners.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing in my neighborhood.
It's a cultural thing. It is
The
not
beauty
Sally.
supply
Not
store.
Sally Beauty Supply. No.
Who is Sally?
No, not that one.
No
You have to
time
go
for
to the beauty supply. You may have to go to the other side of town. Mm-hmm. Go to the beauty supply. You get earrings. $1.50.
$1.50.
$1.50. So
That's
if you lose one, you don't
amazing.
really care because you only paid $1.50.
So
for it.
that's why you never see you crawling on the floor
No.
looking
Well,
for.
now
My
I'm still
grandmother gave me those.
No.
They were passed down from generation.
It's the same thing like we were talking about with sunglasses.
Yeah, we don't buy expensive sunglasses,
No.
and that comes from being a mom and having young kids.
And that comes
And they,
from me
if
always
they
breaking
broke the
them.
sunglasses, or if they,
Yeah.
they just want to put on your stuff because mommy's the hero.
Yeah.
Mommy the mommy. It's probably one
Mommy.
of my favorite titles is mom.
Aw,
I mean, come on. I love being Commander Pam, but sometimes just snuggling up. I have such a mom crush on my kids.
Aw.
It's bad. Like, I will go on my kids' social media just to crush on them. Isn't that bad?
No, they're your kids.
Yeah,
They're
I'll
an
just
extension of
like
you.
every now and then I'll say, "Oh, let's just see. Let me see where they're eating, who are
babies.
their friends, what are they doing?" I think they're all so outrageously flat. Please don't stalk my children. I'll cut you. Anyway, please don't stalk my children.
Okay.
But they really are amazing.
No, they are. I love
I
them.
think they are. So today,
Yes.
it's just me and you,
Hey.
and we're gonna talk about
Well,
conflict versus strife. And in this corner, ding, 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 weighing in, talking about healthy team communication, being direct, not
I was like, we don't
indirect.
tell them no weight over here.
Talk about what you really want to say, telling me how you really feel, is conflict.
Hi, I'd like to say thank you for my fans for bringing me out today. I'm gonna do this real right.
Only in America. But it is a war between, oh, my jacket's loud. The producer's going to throw something. She's been telling us stop wearing loud clothing.
Yes.
But we can't wear cat
Oh, I
suits.
forgot these were dangling.
No, those, you
These
can't
might-
hear those at all.
Can't.
No. But now, see, don't do that. But here's the deal. This is what we're talking about. Conflict versus strife when it comes to culture, family culture.
Yeah.
A lot of what happens in your family, you bring everywhere else. Mm-hmm. And a lot of what happens in your family, you bring to work, you bring to church,
Yeah.
friendships, relationships.
And just everyday life you bring with you always.
Absolutely.
So what happened 5 minutes ago, 2 days ago, 5 hours ago, you bring it with you.
Everybody has
Little
baggage.
Wagon,
Everybody has baggage.
Yeah.
Check your baggage. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. But so before we got in, we record in one day.
Yeah.
And in between one recording and the next, we had some healthy conflict that almost turned into strife.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I said, forget what the next episode is. We're going to talk about this.
Yeah, and it was needed because I am a proponent. I always tell people restorative practices is something I do, and I believe
restorative practices.
Restorative practices,
which is restoring what?
Relationships.
Restoring
relationships, restoring. So if you have harmed, and there's never one person who's harmed,
right?
There's always a multitude of people who've been harmed.
Yes.
Making sure you repair the harm done to everyone.
Yeah. So, it sort of reminds me, one of my favorite books, and it is a requirement, is Culture of Honor.
Yeah,
and
very much so.
Yeah, Danny Silk. Y'all find it, read it. But the idea of dropping the paint, dropping a bucket of paint.
Yes.
So if you do something or whatever, you drop a bucket of paint, it's going to splash up
everywhere
and out, and it's going to get on more than just you.
Yes.
And so restorative practices has to do with going and cleaning up.
Yes. Cleaning up the entire mess, not just yourself. Because then there's always residual.
Right. So clean up, not just get yourself right, but clean up the entire mess. And the thing I like about when we think about restoring relationships is you have to value the connection.
Yes.
And that's a biggie for me when it comes to the difference between conflict and strife. Shall we start with definitions? Because we often do.
Yeah. Let's look it up. You love definitions.
Here's a situation. My parents went away. If you're not a fan of hip hop, I know they're like, does this lady have hip hop Tourette's?
Who doesn't know? Well, I shouldn't say that because
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah. Just Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince busting out in a brand new funk. Get down. Get down.
That is old school, but people think old school is in new school now. So it's
really
retro, so.
But also let's start. I know you're looking up the official definition, but let me talk about the definition within my culture. One of the things, if you are a leader, CEO, head of a family, head of a whatever, you're part of a friend group, head of a book club, remember that. Book club. I'm doing subliminals on our listeners. And that is that you have the responsibility to create culture. You have the responsibility. So you can't say as a leader, well, whatever happens, that's them, and I've seen leaders abdicate, and it's made me look for the nearest exit. So you have the responsibility to create culture, and you create that culture a lot of times through definitions, because we can be using the same words, but words should create pictures in your mind. If you're a great communicator, you can create pictures in the minds of 1,000 people at the same time, and it's the same picture. That's the power of communication. Isn't that brilliant?
So for me, and going along with that, one of my favorite words is semantics, because that's the issue. You're saying one thing, but I'm
hearing something else
different, and so I'm like, that's not.
And then you accuse the person, say you're not listening.
Right.
I am listening, but the translation
is completely.
The connection is lost in translation, and what?
It's because it reminds me, I love Korean drama. I
you by yourself on that one.
I do. I like K drama, and in comedies.
Yeah. And
sometimes I'll see a translation, the subtitle. I'm like, I know
and
that
it's
can't
not.
be.
No, it's not.
It's not correct, and it's the same way. So you
so it was just a totally lost in translation.
Like, that's not what they. But I'm like, I know what they mean, but that's not the correct word.
Yeah.
So that's semantics.
And you know what but sometimes we don't know what the other person means. Sometimes we know what they mean.
Yeah.
And we laugh at it. I have a friend who's from the Philippines, and her husband was trying to be romantic in her language. So he said to her in her language, "Would you like to male or female with me?" And he looked up the word sex. And he thought it was the cutest, most adorable thing. He couldn't figure out why she was laughing.
What? You don't want to
He's like,
male or female with me?
I looked this up, right?
Oh, that's
so
sweet.
Sometimes you know what they mean.
Yeah.
And when you do, when the person is in the midst of expressing themselves, as you know what they mean, let them continue.
Right.
If you don't know what they mean, you got to pause.
Oh, I have a struggle with that. I do.
You got to pause. You got to say, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding you.
Yeah.
because communication is the responsibility of the sender.
Yes. Now that part is the part about me listening to the other person's side. I'm still working on that.
Why is it hard?
I think kind of what we were talking about, because if I don't value it, if I don't find it important to me,
Yes.
I'm like, can we move on? Like,
Yeah, it's not that important.
I'm so bad.
You're
at
wasting
that.
my time with this.
Yeah.
It's not that important.
And
yeah,
I try to remind myself.
it's
Stop
a value
doing that.
thing.
It is. It is.
And here's the deal. There's never been a greater time to understand, we say it almost every episode, diversity and inclusion.
No, but it's so true.
And not just ethnic diversity, but diversity of perspective. If you have people in your life that you care about, and if you don't care about them, they shouldn't be in your life. But if you have people,
that's true. That's true.
No. But if you have people in your life that you care about, and they have values that are not important to you, one of the things that it's almost like the gymnastics of keeping the connection is I don't have to care about what you care about at all.
Yeah.
But I have to care that you care.
Yes. Yes.
Does that make sense? So, for example, my mom lives with me. Frankly, I live with my mom. I mean, I'm buying the house, but
Yeah.
it's hers. I'm buying it for her. So I don't really have a high value of all the dishes being washed every night. If there's one or two dishes, I'll leave them overnight. Don't you dare judge me.
I can't
find
judge
that
'cause I feel the
judgmental.
same way. I'm
No,
like,
generally every night I just wash them. But if I'm tired,
Yeah.
if it's a weekend or whatever, and I know I'm going to be up in the morning and I'll have time, I won't do it. Only when she's out of town.
because she values.
If she's in town, I don't care how sleepy I am.
Really?
I mean, I will be Rip Van Winkle sleepy. I'm going to wash them.
Oh,
Because
sweet.
I know it matters to her. I'm a grown woman, right?
Yes.
And I pay the bills.
Yeah.
And I could very easily say, lady, it ain't that serious.
Right. I'll get to it in the morning.
I'll get to it
Don't
in the
worry about
morning.
it.
It's not that serious.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. And she doesn't fuss about it. In fact, she'll do it.
Yeah, then you feel bad. Well, I was going to do it. Just
Well,
yeah.
sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I'm trying to get this next best-selling book out, I don't feel too bad. But it's about I think one of the challenges that people have in friendships and relationships and why things turn from conflict to strife is I'm trying to make you value what's important to me.
Okay, so speaking
If
of that,
you loved me, this would be important to you.
and everything, it's not true.
And so now you're trying to recreate the person to make them value what you value. What do you got? You look something up.
Well, so just the definition, the dictionary definition
Yes.
of conflict
Yes.
is a serious disagreement or argument, typically a protracted one. Protracted. And
Meaning
it
it starts
on for a
here
while.
and it
Yeah.
goes.
And that's conflict.
Yes.
Strife, on the other hand,
Is.
let me get it.
Yeah.
Angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental issues.
Ah, interesting. And the reason why I say I'm down for conflict, let's talk about it. We have conflicting views.
Yes.
I believe we're sitting on the same side of the table right now as we record this.
Right.
I believe when you're in conflict, you're still on the same side of the table because you have the same goal.
Right. And what's that goal?
We have to decide what it is.
Oh, okay.
If our thing is what happened right before this was, hey, let's get to the bottom of this. Let's clear this up. If we're
Right.
both trying to clear it up, if we're
Right.
both trying to find the best way to accomplish something. Once I have a different goal than you, now when we've got these fundamental issues, when now I've got a different goal, my goal is to prove you wrong. Now I'm on the other side of the table.
So that's what turns
Now
it
you
into-
become my enemy. Now we're in serious strife.
Yeah.
And as a believer, as a Christian, I have instructions from the Lord. Don't get into strife. But here's the challenge with believers. We take that thing of saying don't get into strife and we don't engage in conflict. So now you phony. You phony, you plastic, you phony. And now you're pretending like everything's okay when it's not okay. And that's not what the Lord meant when he said, don't get into strife. And so team leaders, what you have is false harmony.
Yeah.
So then you have teams that look good on the outside. And we know, because I'm a consultant, I go in and out of a lot of places. And I see it all in their eyes. And yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The ones where they smile in each other's faces and stab each other's backs as soon as they turn.
Ooh. Even if it's no backstabbing. Backstabbing. Y'all don't know that song.
No.
There's a whole song by the OJs.
No, I don't know that one.
Smile in your face.
I do know that.
You don't
okay,
see.
Okay, you just have to sing that part. I do know that one. I do. Okay.
Even if there's no backstabbing. Even if there's no backstabbing, if there's not... See, here's the deal with... I call these apostolic atmospheres.
Okay.
Where people feel safe to express how they really feel, giving voice to your own soul. This is how I think. This is how I feel. This is what I want.
This is what I like. This is what bothers me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel like you can do that, are you really being you?
No. And there are times like a lot of times in work environments, I feel like not even just work, but I'll say to myself, what's the point in saying anything? They're not listening.
Well, here's
not a good thing.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes, because if you contend for connection with every single person in every arena of your life, I call it, those circles of influence.
Yeah.
You would be, that's all you would do.
Oh, yeah, all day. Yeah.
So if I have a little, whatever, tiff with the checker at the local grocery store, we're keeping it moving. Doesn't matter.
You don't know me.
Doesn't matter. Bless your day.
Right.
Have a great day.
Be better. Get better.
Okay, I'm out.
Right.
But the willingness to engage me is an indication that we are contending for the connection. Yeah. So my business developer's in town. She's so lovely. Aww. Such a little cute.
She's sweet.
I know. She's a little cutie and very powerful.
Yes.
And one of the things she said was, if I tell my husband this bothers me, and he says, that don't matter. It's no big deal. Oh, she's not trying to make it a big deal to you. But the big deal should be that it's a big deal to me.
Right. Just listen.
It's like the next layer under.
Yeah.
And I don't want you, I'm not trying to, and I think sometimes people won't bend because they feel like you're trying to make this matter to me and this don't matter to me and I'm not trying to be you because you is you and I miss me. Yeah. But that's not what's happening. What's happening is I want to feel like I matter to you.
Yeah. And it's funny because even with doing the restorative practices and believing in that, I still have that same issue. I still have to, like I said, remind myself, just listen. Just listen. It just takes 5 minutes. Just listen. Okay.
Because you're in a hurry. I'm going to fix your earring.
Oh, thank you.
Are you in a hurry?
It's not even, I think, realistically, I don't care.
So?
I have to care. I care about the person. I don't care about the
thing.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's exactly
And that's that second layer. Because we feel like if, you know what did you watch a Mr. Rogers movie?
Not yet.
Okay. So, I watch all my movies on planes. Free movie time. Watch them all on planes. But one of the things I loved that I learned and I loved about this movie was when he said children have real emotions.
Yeah. He was so good.
They're really feeling it. They're not pretending, So even if the emotion that they feel is about something that's not a big deal to you as a parent.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that they're really feeling this in this moment.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
If you dismiss them, what are you communicating?
That you're not important. Is that?
Yes! Ding, ding, ding. Winner, chicken dinner.
Matter.
Yes! Yeah. And so the idea of when someone is expressing themselves to you, and mommy, and they, and she knocked me down, and then my cupcakes landed, and it landed upside down.
The worst conversations. I don't even have kids, and I've been in those.
Oh yeah. I'm like,
yes,
and you've got 11 more cupcakes in the kitchen.
Yes.
And you just want to say, get a cupcake, keep it moving.
Right.
But you gotta let them say it in the moment.
Yeah.
Because if not, what I'm communicating to that little girl, that now they're grown women and I have big mommy crushes on them, right? What I'm communicating to them is how you feel doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And as a person of color living in America right now, anytime any of my friends who happen to be white or Hispanic or Asian put up a hashtag that says all lives matter, I feel like that little kid, and they're saying to me, because it may not matter to you, but is it okay that it matters to me?
Yes.
If you say you love me, you don't care that I'm hurting. And it doesn't matter that the thing that hurt me doesn't matter to you. But if you say you love me.
If you say you love me.
You know what I mean?
Oh, completely.
And so, I mean, we see it in small issues. Like we had a little thing. I was like, well, just take a pause and say it. Because here's the deal. I mean, you got to. And it happens in big issues, national issues. Yeah. Where folks, I don't understand what the big deal is. But if you care about me, right, she's hurt over a little deal. It's little. But she's still hurt.
I'm going to be transparent with y'all. Okay, I don't know why I went like that.
Tell it.
So it was over something simple. Yeah. Because I was like, why? Just because I don't eat beef or pork.
Or onions.
I despise onions. There are lots of things I really don't like.
To all my onion head friends out there.
I hate onions.
No shade on you. We love you.
I hate them.
I love onions.
Hate them. And
green onions, sweet Vidalia onions, regular yellow onions. Okay, I love all of. I grow them. I grow.
Shrimp fricassee.
Fried. No, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like when I order my fried rice, this is what I say: extra onion.
See, disgusting. To me, what I hear is.
Yeah.
But see, and most of the people in my life love onions.
Yes.
They also know that I despise onions.
Yes.
So they know.
But so when you order, you say at least 3 times.
No onions. No onions.
Yeah, I'm going to have the whatever burger. No onions. And make sure, did you get mine that said no onions?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, though. This is the thing that's hilarious. If it comes to the table with onions on it or in it, it's got to go.
Oh, I'll let you guys eat it. I won't touch it. Yeah. If they're big enough to take out. I mean, like, I guess I don't despise them. I don't mind the flavor. No,
you don't like them. It's
Sometimes
okay. And
I
it's
don't
okay.
Like the flavor. Sometimes I do, but that's what I'm saying. It's just different.
Yeah.
So anyway, I personally had an issue because I'm like, I'm not difficult with ordering. I just know what I like. Why is that difficult? We had a whole thing.
We had a hullabaloo.
Who knew?
We had a healthy hullabaloo.
We did. Who knew that it would turn into something?
3, 2, 1. Oh, there goes the mic. I mean, it was a hullabaloo.
It was over, and I mean, I know that it's small, but it's still, for me, it was like, no, this is how I feel. And for me, believing in restorative practices and things, I'm like, let's talk it out.
But I'm going to tell you what happened. I did a whole post-mortem on the situation.
You did.
This is what happened. Your first initiative was like, Dion, you're so difficult.
Yeah.
And I think you've heard it 1,000 times.
And I'm like,
you've heard it a lot. So it was a tipping point.
Yeah.
And we just recorded an episode about knowing when you've had enough, right? So I just had you on full tank, ready to be like, draw the line in the flipping sand, right?
But also thinking about the baggage, I just had a discussion with my mom about this.
See?
About being dismissive about stuff.
Yes. And so here you have this conversation with Mom. Yeah. You show up in studio, and I'm using air quotes. Hey, it's excellent on my level, right?
Studio.
So you show up in studio, and then you felt dismissed.
Yeah.
Because the first thing you tried to do was convince us that I'm not difficult. Why do you say that? I'm not. Yeah. Change your mind, basically, is what you were saying. Change your mind. So then I tried to come at it as they just have a different perspective. Mm-hmm. So what? No, that they shouldn't have that perspective because they're putting a label on me.
It's funny. I'm like, they still should change it.
Yeah. But that's that dominant side of you is I don't want you to think that way.
You should not.
But everybody has authority over their own soul. So you have a right to think the way you're going to think.
Yeah.
But don't dismiss me for feeling
how I feel about
how you feel
about me or a situation that I'm involved in or you're involved in or anything.
So like you're difficult. You're just being difficult.
Yeah, and then so for me I was like,
I can't believe it.
Right.
This is a big deal to me. And then we're like, it ain't a big deal. But the truth of the matter is, the moment we realized it was hurting you, mm-hmm. then our business developer says, I know what it is. Mm-hmm. You're feeling dismissed. It's not even about whether people think you're difficult or not.
Right.
That's not it. So what? Think I'm difficult. All I know is I'm eating it. You're not.
Right.
I'm eating this. You're not. So it wasn't even about whether people think you're difficult. What it was about was you're feeling dismissed. So she tapped into that layer underneath because things are every conflict is not what it seems. And that's why we can dismiss each other quickly and do damage. With my cupcake turned over, she knocked it out of my hand and the frosting landed on the ground. Because you want your cupcake when it falls to hit right on that paper. You know what I mean? Sitting right up at
like
you.
A cat.
Then you can pick it right up and keep on eating, you know? And she did not apologize. She did not apologize, you know?
I wanted my apology.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so I think it's the insult to the injury.
Yeah,
I'm injured and now you don't want to hear me.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's not, I truly believe it was not an issue until we had the conflict.
Yes.
Then the conflict brought out another issue.
Yes.
Because it wasn't,
and here's
that
the wonderful thing. I keep touching you because I love you. But and it's COVID. That's okay. But here's but here's the wonderful thing. The other issue wouldn't have come to the surface if you hadn't fully engaged in a conflict. You just got to go in there. And I know it's hard. Ooh. And most of us aren't skilled to do it. Mm-hmm. And I've done, this is what we call it, conflict resolution. I like to have, let's just do it.
And that's my, I'm like,
conflict facilitation.
We're gonna hash this out.
We're gonna talk about it right now. Like we're here to record. It's late at night. I gotta travel in the morning. You know, I ain't gotta travel in the morning, but we gotta travel tomorrow.
Yeah. But I gotta go back to work.
Yeah.
I gotta do this before
But here's a
work.
moment, like, show me that you care about our connection. So.
And just my view. Just listen to me.
True. I like it.
This was for myself too, because like I said, I'm still working on that.
Are you now?
Yeah, there are certain things
because there's
about
something
me.
I've been wanting to talk to you about, and I'm joking.
I know. I was like,
so, but here's the deal. Since that's a trigger, so now you've identified the trigger. Mm-hmm. Once you identify it, now you have to master it. So the next time we're eating, and it's like, what do you have? And everybody goes, uh-oh. You be like, that's just how they think.
Yeah.
Don't. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm still get what I want.
You're gonna still get what you want, and you're gonna have dinner with more people than just me and us and our team, and other people may have that same opinion. Oh well. You know,
because I don't eat everything.
Yeah, and you can't even do that. The hope just because I don't eat everything like a junkyard dog, eat anything. No, like
I don't eat the swine.
No,
you shouldn't be eating. No,
I sure do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I know you like.
Ooh, and oink.
Oh, you know they went out of business, right?
That's because you wouldn't eat any ribs from them.
I did feel bad they went out of business because I remember those commercials.
Those were delightful. Those were delightful commercials. Anyway, if you live in the Chicagoland area,
you know what we're talking about.
Those commercials were. I love when these small businesses have these funky commercials.
The best. And Empire, was that?
Oh my gosh, no! I think it was local. So you know, everybody had every city has their crazy Ed who has a going out of business sale
every day.
Every flipping year he's going out of business.
Going out of business.
Yes, I better quit saying flipping. My mom's gonna come down here.
Oh, she doesn't like flipping?
Christian cussing. That's a whole nother conversation.
What the bagel?
What the bagel? Flying fish.
You know what mine was? Snickerdoodle snort.
Oh, no. That's so Dr. Seuss cussing.
It's not Christian. She's Dr. Seuss.
Anyway, hey, this is a culturalist. Just having conversations about dealing with people. It's a tough time.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're in different places, you have to repress.
But
when you're with friends, you should be able to say,
people who need people.
We do, man.
Are the luckiest people.
Well, some people don't feel that way. Like, I wish I didn't need anyone and I could just live
But we
on
all
my
do.
own. We all need people. And you need people that are different, who are different than you.
You do.
Because it challenges us. And the truth of the matter is, if you're single, you're going to be attracted to someone who's different than you.
Yeah.
Oh, you really are. Mm-hmm.
You know, they say you marry your
opposite?
That and then your parent.
Oh, that wouldn't be good for me.
No, but I'm saying a lot of times, I don't know if that's a whole nother podcast too. Sorry,
it is.
Like, you marry your dad, you marry your mom. And I was like,
no. Although my dad was strikingly handsome.
Well,
that part I'll say yes to.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, you've been listening to The Culturalist, Conversations with Pam Ross, and joining me as always is the brilliant and now cooled down Dion Cobb. But
talked it out, worked it out,
worked it out. Yeah, everybody. Hey, one time I was driving, and the Lord was saying to me, Pam, everybody you encounter today is probably dehydrated, sleep deprived, And like he's letting me know, people don't exist in the moment you meet them.
Oh, yeah.
So just handle people with a little more care, particularly like the days are getting shorter. We continue to be in this pandemic. Handle yourself and others with a little more care. We love you. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye-bye. See ya.